What's up, sons? It's Blind Red with Son of a Tech once again, and we are going to talk Karlsen. More miners are getting released by the day. Today we have a new release from RVN Miner, and this particular version is optimized for Karlsen and does add dual mining like LOL Miner did. I went ahead and tested all three miners against each other on my GTX 1063GB rig to go ahead and see which one was performing the best on average across the 1063GB, and we have the results now. Let's get into it. Welcome back, everyone. So we have amazing news across the board. If you're a Bitcoin miner or you are an ASIC miner in general, you have very high top end emissions from Bitcoin, kaspa, and Dogecoin. And now, as a GPU miner, number 4 in emissions is now Karlsen hash. And that is fantastic news for all of the GPU miners as it currently sits, because these have been turned off for quite some time now. I'm super excited for this to be taking place so that we can get the GPU miners back in the game. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the new release from RVN Miner. As you can see here, we have version 1.10, and KLS, aka Karlsen hash algorithm, has been included at a 1% dev fee. It includes dual mining with Ethereum, which we covered how to do in the LOL Miner video earlier in the week. They have also removed the K heavy hash algorithm, as that has been overtaken by ASICs. So there's no real reason to have that added and continue development for it. LOL Miner came out 2 days ago as well, adding similar support along with upgrading to the dual hash as well, with heavy hash and Karlsen, or the heavy hash Karlsen, along with, of course, Ethereum, etc. So you have dual mining options here. Once again, the guide for that is already out. And then we have SRB Miner version 2.4.2. And to the best of my knowledge right now, dual mining isn't necessarily supported, but you do have support for mining Karlsen hash on Intel Arc GPUs, which gives it a little bit of an edge. Now, I've tested all three of these miners, and as suspected, they kind of are in performance in place depending on the release date. First off, on the 1063GB, we have the miner SRB Miner version 2.4.2, and as you can see, we range from 240 mega hash a second to 288 or 89 mega hash a second, with varying power consumption and so on. Now, that being said, I do have a couple like this EVGA that needs to be worked on, that's not quite hashing fully. It probably needs some new thermal paste if I had to take a guess, but let's go ahead and look at the results for the rest of them. Once we moved over to LOL Miner version 1.78, the numbers got significantly better. Even the one that was underperforming at 240 mega hash a second has gone up 6 or 7 mega hash a second already, and it did somehow eke out an extra watt out of it as well. Of course, the power consumption is going up respectively in some cases. On average overall, it does seem like, though, that we went from 783 watts to 788 watts, and we increased our hash rate quite significantly between 246 mega hash a second to 295 mega hash a second, and it is definitely better than mining with SRB Miner. But finally, we had the latest release from RVN Miner, which is NVIDIA exclusive here at this point, and we got impressive improvements across the board, where we went to 250 mega hash a second on the poorly performing GPU to 300 mega hash a second on the top performing GPU, albeit with a power increase from 788 watts to 796 watts. I presume this is because it's leveraging more of the GPU at this time. No overclocks were performed, purely just seeing which one could get get the most hash rate out of the GPUs. So right now, if you are looking to get the most hash rate out of your GPUs, or at least NVIDIA GPUs with Karlsen, go ahead and check out the latest release of Rigel Miner, which is down in the description. If you want to get it working with Hive OS, it's as simple as updating your Hive OS in the panel, and then it'll all populate there and you'll be good to go. No custom commands or anything like that needed. Hive was on top of it. And if you look at the Hive statistics, it's even more impressive. If we look at the Hive statistics now, of course, Zeph being a CPU mineable coin is at 11%, and KLS is now at 10%, which is actually quite impressive. Even talking about algorithms for GPUs, it does look like Zeph is still beating it out, but KLS has now flipped Dynex. Maybe we don't need a single savior for GPU mining these days. Maybe we will have multiple saviors, and depending on which coins each individual GPU miner decides to back, there will be specific advantages in the coming future. Let me know what you think about Karlsen down in the comment section below. Are you mining it now, or are you still mining something else? Are you mining it and swapping for something else, or are you mining and holding it? These are all questions I have for the community. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like, comment, subscribe, and notification bells down below. Don't forget to check out my crypto mining e-course at sonofatech.com, where you can get a month free subscription to my locals at sonofatech.locals.com, where I cover my daily moves for you so you can follow along if you so please. I'll see you next Tuesday.